Alright, so we recently watched Avengers Endgame, and we're going to do a quick summary. First, we're going to give some non-spoiler stuff, and then I'll announce spoilers before we really get into that. I am Behemoth, and this is my co-host, The Little Red Machine. And we've been watching most of the Marvel movies. There's a few we missed out on, but we pretty much kept in touch with everything except for we haven't seen Captain Marvel, and we missed the first Ant-Man.
That's it.
And saw a little bit of Iron Man 3, but not all of it. But anyway, we watched most of the comic book movies, and basically, I'm going to start. I think Avengers Endgame was a really good follow-up to Infinity War, but they went a totally different direction than I expected. But I definitely think you should go watch it if you enjoyed the first one. What did you think about it? No spoilers yet.
I loved it. I thought it was a very good movie, well done, a great follow-up.
Okay, so now that we gotten the non-spoiler stuff out of the way, we're going to spoil the hell out of it. So, if you don't want to hear spoilers, I don't know why you'd be starting to watch this to begin with. But, leave now.
Leave now.
Alright, now let's talk about, we're going to start with the things I didn't like. This will be real short. So, it was kind of slow to start because of the way it was focused. But that didn't really bother me. The thing that I found Captain Marvel to be really boring, and I know you did too.
Oh
so
my God, flat.
Yeah, just really super.
No affect.
No affect, and just really flat. And she just kind of shows up like only when they need her to be there. So it's kind of cheap. But that's not unusual because they've done that with other heroes in the past. It's just that the only reason I mention it with her is just because she was so boring. Mm-hmm. Especially in a film full of people that are pretty entertaining.
It's like, it's going really well and, you're happy and into the movie and she kind of walks in and boom, everything stops because there's no emotion, nothing to play with.
Yeah, so I hope her full movie is better than that, but it didn't make me want to see it, that's for sure.
That's for sure. It doesn't, I'm not excited at the thought of her being in any of the others either.
I hope she's better in the other movies than that, but because it's just boring.
Yeah, very.
But other thing, I didn't really have a whole lot of other things bad to say about this. I know you got some stuff, so go for it.
Not really much. The biggest thing for me was I really think that they saddled Sam with a heavy load. There's no way he's going to be able to carry the mantra of Captain.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have it. He's a good character, but not that good.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to live up to Steve Rogers, Captain America, or Chris Evans' portrayal, if that's how you want to look at it, but still.
It makes me wonder what kind of career Chris Evans is going to have, because he's stereotype. Stereocast. Whoa, that's a whole new word.
That was like good
Bushism.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking some Scott Steiner English, but...
Yeah, that's good, too. I don't mind being either one.
You wrestle a lot of countries.
That's right.
And let's talk about things you liked about the movie. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. So it was very unconventional, which I think they did this to follow up Infinity War because they knew they couldn't top the crazy battles there. So they just went with a plot that fed on the emotions of the characters and how they reacted to the horrible deaths of half of the universe.
Half their friends and family.
Well, that too. Well, some of them we lost all of them. So, because it was supposed to be random.
Right.
And I think it was a different and interesting take. As far as late movie stuff, my favorite parts is in the end, Cap is fighting Thanos along with Thor and Iron Man. Those three, and some other people get involved as it goes, but basically the Thor and Iron Man are out of it for now. They're over, beaten and unconscious on the side. And Cap's been stabbed. But he gets up. And Thanos is about to finish off Thor. And you see Mjolnir fly across. And Cap picks up the hammer. I marked out. And I know, and so did Thor in the movie. He said, I knew it! And then Captain America starts beating the shit out of Thanos with the hammer.
It was awesome. It was a great moment.
Incredible. And just a great fan moment. And then at the end, it looks like Thanos it's just him and Captain America, Thanos and his entire army. And Cap gets up, looks at him, and he's getting ready to go fight an entire army by himself. And you hear this voice, Cap, on your left. and all the guys from the previous movie show that were killed with the snap appear, and then they charge with Captain America and fight Thanos. It was great.
The only thing that was missing?
I can do this all day.
Yeah, that would have made it even better.
He did say it early in the movie, so they probably didn't want to double down on it. But
they should have. That was a
momentous
expecting time. That would have been awesome.
I was expecting it. So it ended up ending on a good note, except Iron Man had a heroic sacrifice, and Captain America went back in time, and he lived his whole life the way he intended to with Peggy, and then showed back up at the end as old Captain America and handed his mantle down to Sam, which you were talking about earlier, which is again, that's going to be that could be an interesting thing if they do it right. Like if they show Sam follow the hardships of trying to follow the legacy of Captain America, but who knows what they're going to do with it.
No telling.
Other things about it, it was a weird time travel plot. Actually, I'm going to let you talk about what you like first, and then I'll get into the other stuff that was interesting.
I think, you asked me after we saw this show what my favorite moment was. I think my favorite moment, and it will be probably for any woman that watches it, is when Captain America has his dance with this girl.
Yep.
Well, how many years later? 100 years?
Yeah, well, kind
Basically.
of, because of the time travel weirdness.
Right. So I thought that was pretty cool. They actually showed it.
It's nice to see a hero have a send-off where he actually enjoyed the rest of his life and didn't die on the battlefield or die pointlessly. Logan! Sorry.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into deep into that, but it was really depressing.
Yeah.
And this was a good way for Cap to go out if they since his contract was expiring for the actor. So
True. It was nice to see the good guy get what he deserved for once.
Exactly. So let's talk a little bit. What else do you like?
I think that was my biggest part. I like the fact that they took a widow out.
You liked it? They took her out?
I like the way that she went out.
Oh, okay. Sacrificing herself for the cause?
Yeah, she loved her friend enough to let him have his life back with his family. I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought you were just hating on Widow. You're going to want her to get murdered.
No, because she was always one. The big thing with her was the red in her column, and she wanted to erase that before she left the earth. Well, I think she accomplished it. I thought it was very well done. It was nice to see them talk about the feelings of the people that were involved in it, how it hurt them, how it made them better, and how it made them worse. As far like Hawkeye, wow,
Hawkeye, yeah, he went crazy and just murdered all the people that he thought were evil and harmful in the world. He just slaughtered them. He became they call him Ronin at that point in the comics. I don't know much about it, but I saw some people talking about it. But it was pretty cool. But and then he basically at the end he gets his family back.
Mm-hmm. It was nice.
It was a bittersweet for a lot of Marvel fans because Tony made the ultimate sacrifice. Basically, the movie says that when you snap your fingers, when you do something really impressive with the Infinity Gauntlet, that it takes a toll on you.
Right.
Even Thanos. Yeah, even Thanos. That it almost killed him when he snapped it the second time.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really good. I mean, they went out on a positive note.
So basically, I'm going to go just briefly synopsis of the plot, which was that Thanos destroys the Infinity Stones after he accomplishes his goal. They kill him, and then Ant-Man comes back after being stuck in the quantum realm, and they do some crazy time travel plot to get the stones from a different timeline so that they can fix everything. But Thanos, from a different timeline, comes back with them, and then they have a big battle at the end. That's the basic synopsis. And there's a lot of different stuff in the movie, which I'm not going to go over because we could go on for an hour, and I just want to go pretty quickly and just talk about the fun things in the movie and the things that didn't really like, which wasn't that much.
The one thing that you didn't clarify that's interesting, and we questioned when we watched it, was the fact that it was so quick and so easy in the movie when they killed Thanos the first time.
Because it's the very first. He dies in the first 10 minutes or so. I mean, I didn't time it, but that's
he dies really, almost at the very beginning.
Basically, he barely fights back. I think the real thought behind it is he's accomplished his purpose and he doesn't care anymore.
Right.
He doesn't have anyone left. All of his family and friends died fighting to accomplish what he wanted. So he's just like, to hell with it. But then we get the Thanos from the other dimension earlier who's got a new purpose, which he's like, I'm going to kill everybody this time. He's going to be the only thing left in the universe. That was his goal. And then he's going to restart a new universe. that's better somehow. So, I think that's. Did I miss anything?
Nah.
I don't think there's a whole lot else to say about it. It's a really interesting movie from a Marvel perspective, and that there's not a whole lot of fighting in it compared to the other ones. And you also get to see a Captain America versus Captain America scene, which is entertaining, and there's a whole lot of interesting things. Like when they time travel back, they see like their parents, their other people who've died, themselves, all kinds of stuff. And there's a lot of quirky Marvel humor like there is in all of them.
There's a lot in there about Iron Man and why his father was the way he was and why he's the way he is.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting
Yeah,
for
they did
people that didn't know the background.
There was a lot of foreshadowing of, because when Cap went back, I'm like, he's gonna stay with this girl.
Yeah.
And
you get that little sensation.
Yeah, and when he didn't come back immediately, I was like, I know that's what happened.
So
And I know.
good.
Oh, I want to go one thing. I actually saw someone online questioning why Bucky wasn't the one that Cap handed the shield over to, and I can't imagine, because Bucky had been tainted as a character because of all the things that Hydra made him do. So, if you wanted someone to take up Cap's mantle, you'd want someone who was emblematic of all the things that Captain America stood for, and that Sam would definitely be more so than Bucky, because he'd always fought on the side of good, even though the things Bucky did were generally not his fault, but still, it's hard to be a symbol when you're stained with all that blood.
Exactly.
Even if it wasn't really your fault.
True.
So, on that wonderful note, I think that's all we got to say. Go see Avengers Endgame, or if you don't want to go to the movies, buy it when it comes out, because it'll be a really good addition to your Marvel collection.
It's a great watch. Enjoy it.
All right, take care, and we'll probably come back next time we're going to watch a horrible movie that somehow you have never watched. It's called
I've never seen it.
Plan 9 from Outer Space. If you haven't watched it, it's one of the worst movies ever made. So we'll come back with that probably sometime in June. So we'll see y'all next time, and you can suffer along with us with that miserable pile of horse feces.
See you next time. Take care.